Hello, my name is Gio from SwitchRPG.com. Today I'm in front of the WrestleQuest booth with Zach here. Zach, why don't you just explain what you do and what your involvement is with WrestleQuest?
So I'm Zach, I'm the head of narrative at MegaCat Studios, and with WrestleQuest I did a lot of the writing and design. And the goal with WrestleQuest was to take the best of pro wrestling and the best of RPGs and put them together. So we kind of took that core experience from like a Final Fantasy VI or a Chrono Trigger, and we took the core systems from that and added a pro wrestling flair to them.
I will say I did play beforehand, and you did a really good job in blending those. The pixel art work is fantastic. Dynamic lighting is on point. The narrative, as you've done, is great. Now, obviously, with the key art, we have a lot of licensed figures up there. What are we looking at in terms of the amount of licenses?
So there's about 20 real wrestlers we have in the game, and they appear in the game world as these larger-than-life statues, and they're more like monuments or shrines that people come to pay homage to these heroes. And at each statue, you also find a side quest that leads to some of the game's best rewards. For example, the Jake the Snake quest. Once you complete that, you'll actually get the chance to summon Jake into battle. So, some RPGs will let you summon a dragon or a monster or whatever. Only WrestleQuest lets you summon Jake the Snake to rip a DDT on your enemies.
Now, how does the actual RPG mechanics work? Now, I see you leveling up, things of that nature. Now, how does that work in terms of the story involvement?
Sure. So our goal was to take that turn-based JRPG combat, which I love, and then to really tune it up with some pro wrestling things. So, we've added things like hitting enemies in the ropes and they bounce back and you have a chance to do a follow-up attack. There's a height meter that shows the crowd's engagement with the fight, so you can't just sit there on autopilot and, hit the attack button. You've got to approach battles with some strategy and some showmanship. And there's a cast of 12 playable characters, right? And each one kind of represents a different aspect of wrestling. There's a Japanese strong style wrestler. There's a lucha libre wrestler, so we wanted to kind of showcase all of what wrestling has to offer, because really, when you step back and think about it, pro wrestling and RPGs have so much in common. From the it's not just about the fighting in the ring with wrestling. It's about the stories and the characters and the narrative and whatnot. And of course, that's the lifeblood of RPGs. So we have this deep, deep well to tell all these stories, and we show it all from kind of like the innocent, starry-eyed, hopeful, watching these heroes and wanting to become one, to more of the ins and outs of the industry and what it takes to get to the top and the sacrifices you have to make.
Yeah, it's great that you made that connection between the old-fashioned or the old-school JRPGs with all the different narratives intertwining, and you see that relationship with wrestling, and it really does make sense. Now let's go back into the development side of things. How long has this studio been working on this?
It's been a labor of love for about 4 years now. And I hope you can see from like the art and the writing and the narrative, we've done all we can to inject the game with humor and wrestling Easter eggs and references, and it's definitely a company favorite project where we're all really putting our heart and soul to the game because we love it so much.
How many people are on the staff?
Many. It's hard to say like off the top of my head like how many are working on it, especially with like a wide art team, because being pixel art, we need a ton of animators to get everything looking fluid and good and everything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, do you see yourself releasing it this year?
That is the plan. We are targeting 2022. So.
And that will be on PC, all the consoles, including Nintendo Switch.
That's the plan. Oh yeah.
That's the plan. Now, how about a physical release? Any plans on that?
So it's not out of the picture by any means. I just don't think we have any hard set plans for it yet.
Sure. It is very much such a pleasure to see this come to fruition. I can see the labor, the passion of JRPGs and intertwining with wrestling. It's absolutely amazing to see. You're doing a fine job here, and I can't wait to see it come out this year.
I can't wait for you to play it. I can't wait for you all to play it.
Thank you very much for doing this, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And actually, before we go, where can they follow up on the development for WrestleQuest?
Go to WrestleQuest.com. That's everything you need there.
Everything you need. Thank you.